Right, it is a new season, and with a new season comes new predictions. 20 more teams to predict who's staying up, who's going down, who's going to make those vital places, and ultimately, will Aston Villa finish in the top half this season? We're here with Nathan, the man himself. We're going to get into it. If you are going to enjoy this video, obviously, please leave a like and subscribe. We are 400 away from 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. How exciting! You can also follow us on our social pages, Twitter and Instagram. But without further ado, let's get started. So now we start with our relegation contenders. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Who have you got in 20th?
I've gone Bournemouth.
I've also gone Bournemouth.
I'll tell you why. There's too much in this league, and they've done a bit of business.
I mean, as of recording, Marcus Tavernier from Middlesbrough just announced.
It's a good signing, but
it's not really exciting, and the signings that they have made haven't really been. Well, they haven't made much of any signings.
Overwhelming.
Obviously, Scott Parker at the helm as well. Didn't do quite so well with Fulham. Ended up getting the sack. Is he going to stay up? Probably not. I mean, Bournemouth are relying on Solanke, Billing, players that really let them down before their relegation.
Yeah.
It's just not really filling with any hope for Bournemouth. So yeah, 20th place for them. In 19th, then I have gone for Nottingham Forest. Who have you gone for?
I've gone Fulham.
He's gone for Fulham. I'll start with mine then. For me, I'd love Forest to stay up. I think they've absolutely deserved this, and it's a great moment to see them promoted. They'll make the most of it this season, but ultimately they're going to fall short, aren't they? 12 plus new signings. The duo from Huddersfield. Obviously, Jesse Lingard, probably the biggest signing they've made on 200k a week. Bit ridiculous for a player that clearly head's not in the game, but
yeah,
make of it what you will. And although Stephen Cooper's a really good manager, and I think if really had a bit more activity, a bit more knowledge in the transfer market, you could really do well. But ultimately, I think Forest, it's just not going to happen, is it? It's got a new team to gel with. It's really going to come and bite the dust, unfortunately. But I do hope they stay up. Why have you gone for Fulham, Nathan?
They're crap.
Oh,
just they're crap, and Alexander Mitrovic, you can score what, 48.
I mean, he scored 40 plus goals in the Championship. Don't think he could do it in the Prem?
I think, yeah, he will score some, but I just can't see him do much. And there's better teams out there. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Who have you got in 18th then, Nathan?
I've got Leeds United.
Oh,
it's their time. I just don't like them as a club. Don't like their fans either. And our pre-season game against them, I just don't think they were that good. And to be fair, their pre-season and all in all, it hasn't really been that good.
No.
And I just don't think the signings they're making are not overwhelming or anything. It's just everything about them.
I mean, the loss of Phillips, Rafinha.
Exactly, so it doesn't help them.
Signing RB Leipzig players. I mean, to Jesse Marsh, know him.
Yeah.
Be interesting. Yeah. I've gone for kind of a similar shocking one, but I think mine's probably a bit more surprising. I've gone with Brighton. I know they did really well last season towards the start. Probably flattened out towards the end, but the loss of Bissouma, Cucurella might be going.
No, he's definitely gone.
There's just a lack of... I always look at the Brighton squad and I think there's a lack of quality, and I think this year, without that real creative midfielder, I know they did really well. I want to say against Espanyol, win like 5-0 something against one of the teams.
Yeah.
But in the league, I think it will probably bite them. I'm not 100% sure on this one, because quite frankly, the only other option I've got we'll get into, but yeah, for me, I've gone with Brighton, you've gone with Leeds United. That is our relegation contenders. So now we're going to switch it up. We're going to go from 6th place to 3rd. We'll leave 2nd and 1st till the end. But in my 6th place, I've gone for Manchester United. Who have you gone for?
I've gone Tottenham.
He's gone for Tottenham. Interesting. For me then, obviously, Eric Ten Hag's debut league in the Premier League this season. How is he going to do? Signing wise, not really massively anything to write home about. I know United fans have been complaining about the lack of depth in their team. Martinez from Ajax, Christian Eriksen on a free. It's not really exciting signs. I know they signed the left back as well, but I'm pretty sure that's just to assume that Alex Telles will leave. Ronaldo's probably still going to be staying. No real new striker, sticking with Martial again this season. It's not really something that's going to fill a lot of Manchester United fans with a lot of hope. But you never know. He might have a blinder this year, Ten Hag, but I just don't think I'm going to see they're going to stay in the Europa League. Why have you gone Tottenham?
Well, I've gone Tottenham. There's not like a big reason. I know they've made like
6
They made 6 massive signings. So I really like their structure at the moment. I just don't see them getting top 4. One of the main reasons, I think they're really going to compete in the Champions League, and a lot of their players I've got now haven't really been in that sort of place, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair enough then. 5th then, who have you gone for?
I've gone Chelsea, I think.
I've gone Chelsea. Go show the hands. Yes, lad.
It's just a downfall, isn't it? I mean,
12 months ago, I said they'd be winning the league, and they've come nowhere close to that. They massively fell out of the Champions League. I mean, Sterling and Koulibaly are 2 good signings, but
yeah,
you know,
I think Sterling will be up there for
Sterling will be fine.
Goal scorers.
It'd just be interesting to see how Koulibaly's going to get on his age. But obviously, no Lukaku now, whose career is pretty much over with Chelsea, considering what he said about Inter, but I suppose not really given much of a chance in my opinion. Werner could be going, Azpilicueta's probably on his way out, Marcos Alonso, they're trying to get... It's a real big mess at Chelsea, and I think we're going to really have to see if Tuchel's got that mentality and that tactical awareness to really push on in what's going to be, I imagine, a really tough season for Chelsea, obviously under new ownership as well. Financially they had the backing, but you know, when you're trying to fight against Barcelona, maybe there's not really wrong there. Would you agree?
Oh, I'd agree.
Yeah?
Yeah. My 4th place, so...
4th place, I knew you gone for?
I have gone Man United.
He's gone Man United. Why Man U?
I like Ten Hag.
I like him as Man. I think he was the right choice for Man U.
I think they will. They might get that
Frankie de Jong.
Yeah, I think they might get him. I mean, they're pushing him a bit too hard, but I think they might just get him. But with the signings they've got already and who they already have, I think Ronaldo will probably be their top goal scorer. I think Fernandes will go on, maybe mature a bit. He might be a baby this season still, but I think he will go on to be a better player. But you know, he's still a twat. But I do feel like they will get top 4. You know, I think last season was a little bit of a blip, bit of a shocker from the manager as well, and you know, Harry Maguire and that. But I think you know, this season they'll be definitely more than happy with 4th.
Yep. It hurts me to say it, because I always like to see him lose, but I know in some cases this might make through. In 4th, I've gone with Arsenal. I don't want to see him in the Champions League 'cause it's funny, but I think really I know I said last season they could have done it, but really this year, let's wait. If they don't do, it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Jesus, Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira. They've looked really good under pre-season. I know they like to overreact, Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they do think they're going to win the league. But I think this year they're finally going to make that Champions League and finally right the wrongs of last year. 3rd then, I've gone for Tottenham. As you said, 6 signings. Jed Spence, Fraser Forster, Perisic, obviously Basuma. The list Lenglet as well. I think that's one that's massively gone under the radar. Some really great calibre there.
What's his name from Everton?
Everton. Richarlison as well.
Yeah.
That's big money as well. But he's looked really good. Everton's the best player probably.
Yeah.
Conte under his 2nd year. Look how well he did when he came in. Kane and Son are going to link up again, get that partnership award. I think they're going to be unstoppable and could see if they knock their heads down. I think really this year they're going to focus more on the league rather than Champions League. But
I think they'll probably will go for the Champions League.
I think the best suit for the league considering what could be going in front of them. But that's me. Who you got 3rd then?
I've gone Arsenal.
He's gone for the Arsenal.
I might be wrong, but I don't think they've conceded more than 2 goals in the pre-season.
They conceded 3.
3 goals. 6 against Seville. 4 against Chelsea. I'm not too sure about the other games, but they're looking really good. I mean, I didn't really rate Jesus, but now I'm looking at him and he's getting in some good positions. Him and Saka having good link-ups. And it's not just them; it's their defence as well. It's, you know, Ramsdale as well. You know, Smith Rowe's getting in and about there. Nketiah's getting on there. Martin Odegaard is obviously their captain now, and I thought he did a good job in their last game. But I think this is the season, and I don't think they're just going to want to go for 4th. I think they will push on for 3rd, and I think they'll get it.
Yep. So now we're going to move on from 17th to 7th. I'm going to try and quick fire these.
Do this quickly.
In 17th, I've got Everton. Simply put, wasn't only just survived last season. The signings haven't been really that great. McNeil for 20 million when
Everton 17th.
Yeah. When Cornet's there for the same price, it makes no sense. And I think ultimately they'll just survive it because that's what Everton do.
I've gone Nottingham Forest. I think Jesse Lingard will be that that little spark that keeps them up. I don't think it'll come to that last day, but I think Jesse Lingard, obviously Brennan Johnson, a couple of us will keep them up.
16th then, I've gone for Fulham. I think they will do much better this year. I think the signings have been a little bit more like the signings that they actually need rather than just some wasteful signings that they make every year. And I think also Marcus Silva, he's done a really good job with Fulham in the Championship. I think he'll replicate that in his first year back in the Prem.
I think Fulham will do it for them, but I'm going 16th, Brentford. I don't think they're going to have that much of a hype season because I think the only reason that they had that good end to the season last season was obviously Ericsson. But I think they've got a good structure in their squad, great manager, and I think they'll be safe.
15th then, I think this could really massively be a lot lower on my list. Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yep, we agree on that one. The only signing being Nathan Collins, isn't it, from Burnley, the centre half.
Makes no sense.
They haven't really got that good partnership. Jimenez is injured, Fabio Silva's gone.
No shot.
I believe Hindley Chance also injured. They have no recognised striker. Their lack of quality as well hasn't been great. And I think this is really going to be a bad season for them. Do you agree?
Good times, yeah.
Yeah, good times as well. 14th then, I've gone for Southampton.
Oh.
Are we Creek? What scallions? The only real noteworthy signing, Joe Aribo from Rangers for like 10 million.
He's going to be the signing.
Really good deal for them. But apart from that, a bunch of youngsters, a lot from Manchester City's academy.
Yeah.
Nothing really a sign, I would say, from them.
Hazenhutel gets the best out of him.
He gets the best out of him, but I think he's probably hit his best right now with Southampton.
Yeah.
Ward-Prowse, how many times can he save them? Who knows? But ultimately not a real good lack of quality or worth watching apart from Aribo this season.
Yeah.
13th then, I've gone for Leeds United, as said. Rafinha and Phillips gone. The signings that they've made are all, I know the players that just must be familiar with, but how are they going to adapt to the Premier League? And we also saw it last season. It wasn't massively great since Marsh came in. It's just a real big question of, are they going to improve? I don't think so very much, but leave it to you. Who have you got?
I've gone Brighton. Obviously, it's still a drop off from last season, 9th, but 13th. I think they'll be okay with that. With the players have lost, but then again, I think they have signed a new striker.
I couldn't tell you.
I think they have anyway, but we've always said with Brighton they just need that striker and they're fine. But obviously they've lost Basuma and probably Cucurella. So
yeah. In 12th then, I've gone for Brentford. I think he's going to be a much better year than last year. I think with Ericsson gone though, obviously you're not going to have that same level of quality in your midfield. But I think the likes of Mbeumo and Tony are really going to step up again now that they've got that year of experience. A lot more better signings in positions as well. Aaron Hickey, if Villa were winning for a very long while, Ben Me on a free. They're going to improve. They're going to get much better. And I think they're starting to understand what they need to do to survive in the Premier League. Who's your 12th?
I've gone Crystal Palace. I think, yeah, Conor Gallagher, amazing last season. But then again, Palace under Vieira I've enjoyed watching them.
I mean, they did do what I said last season, which those shocked some people, and they definitely did.
They shocked. I had them in. I think I did have them relegated.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yep. 11th then, Leicester City for me. Obviously, the only club I believe in the league or in the English league to not make a signing. Tielemans could be on his way out. Madisano had a bid rejected from Newcastle. If I was their son, I'd be really worried this season.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be much the same again this year. Will Rodgers perhaps have his time short?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Hopefully.
Who have you got on 11th?
I have gone Everton. I think last season was a little bit of a blip. I might look stupid saying that, but then again, I think they take 11th. Obviously, you're winning more games than last season, but they've suffered. They've lost with Richarlison. A lot of confidence as well, but they've obviously brought players in. Like, we've seen the best out of their youngster. What's his name again? I forgot his name now.
Anthony Gordon.
Anthony Gordon. I think he's a really good player, but you can see the likes of Calvert-Lewin come back into form. But yeah, I've got everything.
10th place then, I've gone with Crystal Palace. I know that some of the signings they've made has been quite interesting to say the least. Chip Decroy is probably one of the more notable ones. No Gallagher, so obviously that midfield is going to be a little bit weaker than this year, but they've still got Ebreche Eze, Elise as well. Zaha's going to be firing, Mateta. I think we're going to see it yet again, another great improvement under Patrick Vieira.
I've gone Leicester City for this one.
Okay.
I was really thinking of putting them in a dangerous spot, but you got to remember they've got Maddison, they've got Vardy, they've got Schmeichel in goal.
Could he be going then?
If he goes, then I think they're pretty much gone.
Nope. Anything else, I think?
Ninth, I've gone West Ham.
Really?
I've gone West Ham. They're still in Europe, aren't they? They've gone for the conference. I think they're going to have a bit of a drop off. I know they've,
Sign a striker, Scamacca, whatever he says.
I think he'll be good, but I think there'll be a lot of competition. From 7th to like 17th, I feel like you could put anyone anywhere.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's a really going to be an interesting season to see who's going to come out top. My ninth then, as part of the rivalry, Newcastle United. On paper, signing wise, it's not really been that great.
It's not been that.
For this big window, but I suppose they had it in January. Nick Pope, Matt Target. I know they're trying to go for that Hugo Ekitike kid who unfortunately went to PSG. They're still going to have the backing for the fans. The fans will still be massively behind them. But I just think really, it's not going to be much more to be excited about unless they make that big signing, whoever that may be. 8th place then. I'm back in the boys. I'm going to go Villa. This is purely on if they sign a midfielder, but ultimately, regardless, then the ambition needs to be met. We've spoken about this already. Pricing of tickets, the new stadium. If we're going to see it, it needs to be this year. Otherwise, I think his time could be really cut short. To be fair.
Are you going to say what you said about Dean? He's got 10 games.
I'm not saying he's got 10 games because ultimately this will be his first full season.
True. I'll give you that.
But considering the backing and the ambition, do not be surprised if by the end of the season he's still in the job.
Yeah. Well, 8th, I've gone Newcastle. Yeah. Underwhelming. I'd still say underwhelming signings, even though they've got Botman and a couple of others. You still got Matt Target as your left back. I liked him at Villa, but we've massively upgraded. I mean, Luca Digne, every time he's playing, he's getting an assist now.
Yep.
The guy's getting an assist every game. He's in the place, and I'm loving every minute of watching him. But with Matt Target at Newcastle, I think he's only there for like the season. I think he'll
go Fulham next year.
He'll probably go Fulham, maybe back to Southampton. Who knows? But Newcastle, I think most of their fans thought they were going to bring in like Mbappe and Donnarumma and all that, but it's not happened. But the signings they have made, it's been smart, and I think it's enough to get them in the top 10.
And then finally, 7th, I've gone for West Ham. It was really, really disappointing not to see him win the Europa League, but I think ultimately it bit him in the end. Quality from the start of the season really died out. New signings, as I said, the striker, Smacker. There's going to be some more depth in there. And I think, again, they're going to try and go for a bit more of a focus on that Europa League. But I think it will take the toss at their league position. And then, obviously, you've gone for
Aston Villa.
I
think I said it last season, 7th. But I think this season, it feels like it's going to happen in a weird way. I know I feel that. I've felt it now for the last 2 seasons. But this time, it feels weird because, you got Leon Bailey, you got Buendia, you got all this competition coming off the bench. And then you got the team itself. I don't think we've seen the best out of Coutinho right now, but we're definitely seeing the best out of Bailey. We've seen the best out of Buendia. Maybe not the best out of Watkins. Don't go on Twitter and search Watkins because everyone's at him. I think he's gonna have a good season, but I was about Watkins. But I feel like we are gonna get 7th. I think the conference will be a great place for Villa to get back into Europe. Maybe challenge for it, but then again, I want us to challenge for a cup.
I think this year's got to be a cup now.
You know what I mean?
I think it really has got to be a cup. If we're not going to get Europe, I want a cup. I'll take 10th or 12th as long as there's a cup.
All day long.
But we'll see if Villa pull it through. And then finally, the top 2. We'll go for number 1 then. Mine is Man City.
Nice Man City.
Man City, so that means Liverpool in second then. Obviously, they've already played the Community Shield game. Liverpool winning 3-1. Nunes getting his first goal.
It's going to be tight though. I think
it's going to be much tight.
Very tight.
Very tight. But I think ultimately City are going to do it again. I think for me, Liverpool will focus more on the Champions League this year because I think they've got such a more better chance of winning that than they do the league.
Yeah.
And then Man City, Haaland, Phillips, Alvarez.
Yeah, but Nunes will score more than Haaland, in my
Yeah, possibly Cucurella coming in. It's just a case of, is he going to go for the league, or is he going to finally say, with the players he's got, I know I've said it for the past 2 years, but really this year, it's Champions League or nothing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll see if Man City can do it and finally bring down the trophy that's eluded them all this time. Alright guys, it's going to wrap it up for our Premier League predictions. Tell us in the comments down below who you've got, what you're going to... In fact, tell us what is your shocking position going to be, who's going to be the one that's going to catch your eye. You can tell us on social pages as well. But without further ado, he's been Nathan, I've been Ben, I'm the Villa with the pride of Villa. We'll see you later, boys.